Welcome to Charlotte49ers.com. I'm Josh Feldman. As we get ready for senior night for the Charlotte women's basketball team, we're joined by the team's three seniors, Jada Martin, Ayla Jameson-Myers, and Amaya Ransom. And the three of y'all took three very different paths to get here to your senior night. And it's going to be a very special night. But first, I'd like to kind of look at the journey that each of y'all took to get to this point with the 49ers. For some background for fans out there, Amaya, you've been with the team for 4 years. Jada Martin, you walked on to the team, the first walk-on under Kara Consuegra. Now you transferred in from Clemson, and yet here we are at the end of the road, and it's certainly an exciting time for you guys, a bittersweet time at that. Amaya, starting with you, coming to Charlotte, being here all 4 years, what do you remember getting to campus as a freshman and just finding your way around?
At first I didn't really know what to expect, but the teammates that were here, they were really willing to help me around, and I know C really took me under her wing anywhere I needed to go. She took me. We hung out a lot, and yeah, mostly the sophomores is who I kind of have my niche with. So.
Jada Martin, you walked on to the team. Just tell me about, first of all, enrolling at UNC Charlotte, and then at what point the opportunity to even join the basketball team presented itself.
Okay, so I first enrolled. I think I got accepted maybe March, that same year, but earlier before the semester started. And then just coming here, I knew that I wanted to be on the team. That was always my thoughts. I wanted to be on the team. But just the actual process of actually getting to know the coaches and getting over my fears of going out and talking to people. And once I got over that, everything just came into play, I guess. And we had tryouts, and, it's history from there.
Someone who doesn't seem to have a fear of talking to people, Nye, transferring in from Clemson and sitting out that year, but then finally getting a chance to get on the floor for Charlotte last year. What was it like for you to kind of restart your collegiate career, a fresh start, a clean slate, in a place that you really seem to enjoy? See, like we said, you enjoy talking all that much. Now, what was it like for you to finally get to Charlotte?
Well, from my visit, I just knew that I would love it here. My redshirt year, cheering for the team was just as fun as playing on the court. So when I played that first year, it was just exciting. It was wow, this team is great, And that's just kind of the feeling that I've had for these past 2 years.
You've all had very different roles as parts of this team, and they're all very important roles to have. Starting with you, Jada, you have been able to bring so much energy onto the floor, but also as someone who, you start as a walk-on, start on that second unit, have to fight for every little bit of time on the floor that you get, and so your first role is to make the starters better before you finally earn your way onto the floor. What was it like to have to put in all that work, knowing it was paying off, but not everyone in the arena could necessarily see it?
It's definitely tough, especially when I've been in a different role where I've been on the court all the time. But I also know what it's like to be on the court all the time and have teammates that don't really want to lift you up, or they're upset because they don't get playing time. So I put that into consideration and just try to lift up everybody around me and be the leader that I can be and try to help everybody out.
Amaya, for you, I remember last season talking to Kara Consuegra about your role on the team as you really started to develop. She called you the glue, and that was because your role, as it really started to develop, you were asked to do so many different things. You could be a scorer when needed, a defender, defending the ball when needed, getting rebounds, being that wild card for the 49ers. As you look at your role, how it's changed over these 4 years, what do you define yourself as on the floor, and what has been the most fun part of playing the game for you?
I would say just being able to be stuck in anywhere, just try to help my team wherever they need to be helping. I guess pride myself on being versatile and just helping my team out wherever they might need it. So.
Nah, you like to shoot the three, so no. As far as your role on this team, not just as a defender in the lane, as a shot blocker, as a scorer, but stepping into a role as a vocal leader for this team, leading by example and leading through your voice. What was it like to find that voice and that role for this team coming in, not being here the whole time?
It was interesting because I feel like since the first year I was here, they wanted me to be a leader, and it was difficult trying to be a vocal leader to a group of people that you're just now meeting. And like, I feel like over the years I have stepped into that role better and actually speaking up. I know you said that I don't have an issue talking to people, but actually J Mart's the one doesn't have the issue talking to people. I do have an issue talking to people. Yeah, I definitely had to. That's a role that I had to step into, and I've had meetings with Coach about it, about how to change and really get other people engaged into it as well.
There have been a lot of great moments throughout all your careers with the 49ers, and some fun times to look back at. But I'm kind of curious what each of y'all are going to remember. What are some of those moments to take away? Amaya, starting with you. Yeah, no pressure because you got 4 years to think through. But, there's been so many great moments, whether it's your first game lighting it up in your collegiate debut, getting your first start at Miami, finally developing into the role that you've had this year. What stands out for you as a highlight of your career? No pressure, pick one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a lot, but I guess I'll just go with my first ever game, actually, like playing my college career, getting in, and then just not missing a shot after that. It was a pretty good feeling, especially as a freshman, never seeing the floor before, never knowing what to expect, not knowing what to expect. And, yeah, that was a pretty cool feeling.
Setting a pretty high bar with 14 points at Liberty and Freshman of the Week honors, but it was definitely a strong performance in your first game. Jada, looking to what you've done with the 49ers, and there have been some great moments where you've seen your teammates celebrate you on the floor, but perhaps one of the coolest moments that we all got to see when it was posted online, the moment where you were awarded a scholarship last spring. What was that film session like, and at what point did you realize this isn't a normal film session?
Okay, so we were in there, we were just doing film, and then next thing I know, it's like videos of my teammates coming up, and then they were saying like things about me, and I was just like, okay, like still not being gullible, not thinking about it. Then I started seeing like a video of like highlights from like previous practices and games and stuff, and then like I think it really hit me when Coach got up and said like they were offering me a scholarship, and it was an amazing feeling.
Who was the first phone call that you made after that to say you will not believe what just happened?
My mom and my dad. Because I called my mom, and I was like, okay, hold up. I need to get my dad on the other end, so hold up. And she's like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, she was, like, scared, thinking that I was going to give her some bad news. But then when I finally told them, like, they were so happy.
We know what you're going to say. So which block has been your favorite? Or no, what moments stand out for you?
Well, it actually isn't any of my blocks or any of my time on the court. What stands out to me most was my redshirt year. Just how everyone here really just accepted me because, I was weird. And
Was?
But everyone really just like they let me be who I was, and everybody just really accepted it. I loved cheering for them my redshirt year, and that was probably my favorite time here.
Speaking of your time here, it's putting a capper on a career that started at Clemson, and combined with your time at Charlotte, you're closing in on 1,000 career points. What is that milestone going to mean to you?
I am so excited. I think this is like the second time that I'm being recorded saying this, but I am so excited. I've never really thought of myself as like an offensive threat, and so like getting to 1,000 points is like a big thing for me, and so I'm really excited. Really, really excited. 4 points away.
Not that we're counting.
Not that we're counting or anything, but
Speaking of the number 44, Amaya, you actually have made my life very confusing because I always looked for you at the top of the numerical roster at 0, and then you switched to 44. What was the reasoning behind your number change from your sophomore to your junior year?
Well, a lot of different reasons. I think the beginning reason was I wanted the number 8, but as you know, the rule, you can't be the number 8. So I was like, okay, 4 plus 4 is 8. I learned 8 was the number of new beginnings, and I feel like going into my junior year, I wanted to like have a clean slate and like start fresh and be a new player. Also, I was born April 8th, so 4, and then 4 plus 4 is 8, 4, 8. I I don't know. And then I just kept seeing 44s everywhere, so I was just like, okay, I just got to change my number to 44. And I still continue to see 44s everywhere, so I don't know.
Awesome. Well, no, she's definitely not looking for it.
No, I'm not looking at it at all. Like.
It just happens that way. Well, lastly, y'all, I'd like to get an idea of why Charlotte was a great fit for you. What are you going to miss most about this place, and why Charlotte ended up being the right place for you? Jada, starting with you, you ended up not only getting accepted here, but being able to find a spot on the team. What about Charlotte was so special for you?
I mean, definitely the players and the coaches. Like, everybody is so welcoming. Everybody wants to help you out, and I think that's what I'm going to miss most, like just being around teammates that care about you, and I care about them all the time, and my coaches as well.
Amaya mentioned sort of those new beginnings. You got a chance to have a new beginning at Charlotte, and you've called it the best decision you've ever made. Why is that?
I love it here. I love our coaches. I love our team atmosphere. I'm probably going to miss Coach Joe the most. Y'all might see me here way too much just because I want to be around her some more. But, like, that's what I'm going to miss the most. I'm going to miss being around my teammates because, like, I like y'all. Aww. And my teammates and my coaches, like, just the whole atmosphere that they bring is really something remarkable. So.
And Amaya, there's something to be said for being at the same school for 4 years and being able to be a part of the 49ers 4 straight seasons. What does this place mean to you?
It means a lot. Like I said, I love it here. I love the players, love the coaches, everything about it. It's like a family here. Like even if you go through hard times, they don't just let you be mediocre. Like, they push you to be great. I think that's a real important thing. I think everyone's like real genuine. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's cool. I like it here. Love it here.
Well, we've enjoyed seeing you all play, and for 49ers fans, you get a chance to see them play on senior night. It's Saturday, March 3rd, 5 o'clock. Get out here to Halton Arena and celebrate Jada Martin, Nyla Jameson Myers, and Amaya Ransom senior night for Charlotte women's basketball.